South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world. Our gaming amenities include over 60 table games and over 2,600 of the most popular slot and video poker machines. We have penny slots, including the popular Buffalo games, and real machines like Wheel of Fortune, Triple Sevens, and Megabucks. If you prefer video poker, try Deuces Wild, Double Double Bonus, or a variety of multi-denomination games. Or try your hand at one of the most popular casino table games in the world, Blackjack. Don't let the game intimidate you. Blackjack, also known as 21, is both easy and fun. And our dealers are always happy to assist. And the best part? Blackjack always pays 3 to 2. Next, check out the roulette tables. Roulette is one of the easiest casino games to learn, and so much fun to play. It's a favorite of both beginners and seasoned players. In addition to blackjack and roulette, our casino pit features over 60 popular table games like Baccarat, Pai Gow Poker, 3-Card Poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Mississippi Stud. So get out of your room and come join in the fun.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book. Sports by the book, South Point Studio.
We don't make stuff up here.
I would only play the Pirates team total going under.
What the hell happened to Minnesota's pitching?
This total has really crashed without plumbing the lineup.
I think this number's too high, but they're laying me the 6.
Oh, I know.
Caitlin Clark drives handle on the WNBA.
Never mind all these Mickey Mouse other stations. We are giving you hands-on information.
It's Sports by the Book at the South Point Studio. Here's Jeff Parles and Alex White.
Good morning. Welcome in. It is Sports by the Book here at the South Point Studio. Jeff Parles. She is Alex White. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
It's good to have you back. We got a lot of baseball to get to today. We're not even getting to the Caitlin Clark return because they're playing it. WNBA still does these camp games where all the summer camps go and 9 a.m. Pacific doing new and local in Indianapolis. By the way, Valkyrie's up by 9 at the break in that one in Indianapolis. But we'll be almost all baseball here today. Colby Marcio will join us at 25 past the hour. Looking forward to that. Should be a whole lot of fun with Colby here today. Of course, of your betting news. Very entertaining baseball bettor. So we'll get him in about 25 minutes from now. All right, Alex, let's welcome you back with a full card of baseball here on Wednesday. And we begin in Milwaukee, where the floundering at the current moment Los Angeles Dodgers are back in action. The Dodgers have lost 5 straight games since sweeping the White Sox. Maybe it was the White Sox fault. Maybe the competition level was so low that C2 playoff caliber teams, your brain breaks. Dodgers in the last 5 games, Alex, have scored 1 run exactly 4 times. They lost on Saturday 6-4, so it has been an offensive struggle. They get shut down by Mizorowski last night. Ohtani homered, and that was that. In a 3-1 Milwaukee win. Credit to the Brewers, who are right now in the 5 slot in the National League and only 2.5 behind the Cubs. So that is still a real race in the NL Central because of how well Milwaukee has played. Quintana's on the bump, and the big news for the Dodgers, and this is good news for them, Mr. GLASNOW makes his season debut, and that is... Again, we've been waiting for this, Alex. We already have seen Ohtani obviously pitch a little bit. Now GLASNOW comes back. Snell will be the next domino to fall after the All-Star break. Dodgers getting healthier in the rotation. And GLASNOW's a big favorite in the first 5 and minus 175. It's a 30-cent difference for the full game. It's minus 145 on LA today.
First of all, I agree with you. Shout out to the Brewers. They are playing some good ball right now, and I do like them to sneak into the playoffs one way or another, whether it's division or even wild card for them in the NL. But I think this number is priced as if Tyler Glasnow has been pitching, and I don't think that is correct here today. Now, he has done a few minor league rehab starts and has not looked great in those, and we always say not to take too much from that because they're just trying to figure out their stuff, not really worried about the outcome of the game. But I like the way the Brewers are playing. Don't love the way the Dodgers have been playing, missing a lot of pieces in the lineup. And it's hurt them. It really has. And I think that this is a good spot to take some plus money with the Brewers. I like the first half better. Just avoid the bullpens altogether. But, I mean, Brewers, you can take half a run, first 5, and still get plus 105. That's the way I'm going to play it. Take a little shot that it'll be even, tied up, going into the 6th inning.
You know, how long is GLASNOW going to go? We know the Dodgers always handle the guys off a long IL stint with kid gloves. Does GLASNOW even give us 4 here today? That's my question. That's why I'm a little bit floored by that first 5 money line price on GLASNOW being all the way at $1.70. I'm going to stay out, Alex. I don't know how long we're going to get GLASNOW for. Do we see him for 4? Do we see him for 6? 75 pitches, 70 pitches at most? I'm curious, especially with the All-Star break, and you can get them fully engaged and at your full number of pitches after another week off. Of course, games don't resume until next Friday in Major League Baseball after the All-Star game. All right, we go to San Francisco next. Giants going for the 3-game sweep of the Phillies after last night, Patrick Bailey's inside the park walk-off 3-run homer. Only the 3rd catcher in Major League history to hit a walk-off inside the park homer. Dramatic 4-3 win for San Francisco. And going for the sweep today, it is a pitching advantage for Philly. Jesus Luzardo against Justin Verlander. Boy, it just shows it's not the same Verlander if I'm saying that. Plus 15 on the Giants, minus 30 on the Phils. Total of 8. Day ball in San Francisco today.
That walk-off was awesome. I was actually watching it live. It was on the Giants. I felt pretty fortunate to get that one yesterday. Here today, though, I think the Phillies is the right side. I mean, their lineup is starting to come alive here. Not as much as we'd like to see, but I mean, they did put some runs on the board yesterday. I think they can do it again here against Verlander. Jesus Luzardo on the other side, one of the lefties I do like to bat, coming off of one of his worst outings against Cincinnati, but I think he'll bounce back here. I would just go first 5, though. Minus 146 is a number that I saw. And I like the fact that Luzardo against this Giants team, it looks like they can hit him pretty well, but in 63 at-bats, he's given up just 6 extra base hits. So get out of those innings, maybe some base runners here and there, but I think that he'll be okay. So Phillies for me to avoid the sweep in this one, but I'm just going first 5.
It is going to be cold in San Francisco, and it's 60 degrees today with limited winds. So this is not good hitting conditions at all in this game. Now, granted, we know what we're getting. Of course, we know the famous quote, the coldest winter I've ever spent was summer in San Francisco. So you can get days like this every once in a while. But boy, 60 degrees for a day game, that is cold. So I wish I trusted Verlander a little bit more because I go under first 5. But I just don't trust Verlander. I mean, forget the win-loss record. I mean, the other numbers are just super average or super below average for Verlander so far this year. Would you consider Philly? You said first 5 for the Phillies. You laying that run line? First 5, what are we at here? Minus 05 is that run line, first 5? No?
I don't think so. There's another road team that we will get to that I like first 5 too. I'll probably tie those up together.
Sounds good.
That is funny you mentioned that about the weather because I've been burned with these day games at Oracle this year and I just completely crossed that off. But that did cross my mind as well looking at that first 5 under. But I really do like the Phillies side.
We go to Cincy next. Marlins bombarded the Reds yesterday. A 12-2 victory for the Fish. Fish, I was going to say going for the sweep, not so fast. They play another game tomorrow, so we probably will still have to wait for Cincinnati to get swept for the first time this year. Minus 40 on Abbott today, plus 25 on Alcantara on the other side for Miami. Total of 8.5 at Great American Ballpark, Alex.
We were starting to see signs of the old Alcantara. Back in June, he had a few good starts there against the Phillies, against the Braves, and then the last 2 kind of fallen off again against the Diamondbacks in Arizona, 10 hits, 7 earned runs in that one in 6 innings pitched. And then against Milwaukee, same thing, 5 hits, 5 earned runs in that one, just 4 strikeouts in both of those. So I do think that this could be a good matchup for the Reds to get back on track. I know that they have definitely fallen off as of late, but I think they'll be able to get to Sandy. I think that's a pretty good price there. So if I were to play it, that one I would look to run line here for the Reds in the first 5. I like Andrew Abbott a lot. I think he's a very good pitcher. And I know he is better on the road than in Cincinnati, but I think he'll be okay. I don't trust the Marlins completely against lefties, even though they're pretty much middle of the pack, 18th in OPS. But that is the way I would look at it, is the Reds.
Contra ERA north of 7 now. Now, based off the FIP, he's been unlucky. His FIP still bad. It's 4.5, which is, again, anything over 4 in a FIP is pretty awful. But has been unlucky in comparison to ERA to FIP. But as you mentioned, the last 2 starts after seemingly turning the corner has really regressed to what we've seen for most of the year. This is a complete stay off for me. Actually, you know what? Where's my sheet? Red team total. The only problem is the weather is not ideal for hitting conditions today in Cincinnati. Crosswind, it's not as hot as it's been. 4.5 even on the Reds team total over. Ooh. Possibility of that. Maybe even look for a 2.5 over first 5. See if you get a good price on the Reds for that team total. Let's go to St. Louis next. Cardinals and the Nats. All-star Mackenzie Gore on the bump for Washington here today. Cards got a 4-2 victory behind Sonny Gray last night. Now with Palante on the bump, you see the Cardinals as a -135 favorite, +20 on Gore and the Nats. Total 7.5. This is a big difference between a full game price and a first 5 price. The Nats are only -105 in the first 5, so a 25-cent difference. I still think that's a good price on Gore first 5, even with that big difference full game to first 5. I would only take Gore first 5 in this game, Alex.
I agree. I think that is the right side here. Did not get the manager fired bump yesterday, but I was not going to try it against Sonny Gray. But now here with Palante on the other side, definitely a pitching advantage, as you mentioned, with Mackenzie Gore. So, I mean, for a second, the Nats were leading, and then the Cards came back to get that win. But I like the Nats today. I think -105, first 5 is the way to play it, unless you do want to take a shot and trust that bullpen and take a little bit with that plus money, maybe split up your unit size. But I would just go with first 5.
Yeah, you and I are in 100% agreement on this one. All right, let's go to San Diego next. Padres got a 1-0 win, late run against Merrill Kelly. The difference in San Diego last night. Dylan Cease and Brandon Pfaadt, your pitching matchup here. -40 on Cease and the Pods at home. Total of 8, Alex.
This is really tough. I mean, this game can go so many different ways. There's so much variance here, right? Because Brandon Pfaadt and Dylan Cease are guys that can pitch lights out, or they can definitely get hit up. Both of these offenses seem like they're in a little bit of a drought. They're struggling as of late, but we know that both of these offenses have the ability to really put some runs on the board. So, I mean, it would only be Padres for me at that price, -140. I do trust Dylan Cease more than I trust Brandon Pfaadt. But on the other side, I mean, I like the Diamondbacks lineup more than the Padres. They may be missing a couple guys here too, so that could help with the Padres side. But that was a lot to say. I'm staying away because that is just, there's too much variance in there. I could just see any case scenario here with any outcome.
Up next, Alex, we go to the American League only games. This game got pushed back because of weather in Detroit. Tigers and Rays, now a 5:10 local start at Comerica. Tigers, I thought had been mispriced the last 2 days. They were a dog in game 1. And they won 5-1. And then yesterday were a smaller favorite than expected, 4-2. Now going for the sweep. For Detroit, Olsen and Little here in this one. Olsen's a -145 favorite.
I think the thing is, too, I mean, like yesterday with Flaherty, he's not pitched well on the road, but when he gets back at home, he does pitch really good. So that was a good spot. I think the same thing is the case here for Reese Olsen, and his numbers even say it at home, just a 2.01 ERA and a 1.21 whip. On the road, a 3.52, so pretty big difference there. But on the flip side, I do like Zach Littell. I think he can pitch well, too. I wish I was getting more than that +130. I think that number is correct. I think the Tigers should be about a -130 favorite at home, so you're paying a premium now in this one. They've kind of overcorrected, but not getting enough. If anything, I would look to the full game going under that 8. I do think both pitchers can do well here today.
I still think we're mispricing the Tigers. And look, there's a concern because we haven't seen a lot of Olsen this year because of the injury. But at full strength, this is a nice advantage for Detroit, pitching-wise.
I think these two have both pitched about the same.
Yeah,
no, Littell's pitched double. You're right.
Yeah,
double amount of innings.
Yeah, it's just not as much of a sample on Olsen because of that IL stint. But boy, again, I don't know. Maybe I'm overrating the Tigers at this point. I thought they were mispriced the last 2 days, and they won both games, and they covered the run line in both games too. So I would only be a look to the Tigers again. Not going to lay the run line, as we've explained plenty of times. Very dangerous to go full game run lines with home teams because in order to normally cover that, you're only getting 8 at bats, unless if you get some extraordinary luck mixed in an extra inning or a ninth inning rally. All right, let's go to Chicago next. White Sox and the Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays feels like they haven't lost since May at this rate. Not quite that extreme, but they have a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees. They're going for yet another sweep now over the White Sox here today. Minus 40 with Lauer, plus 25 on Hauser on the other side, total of 8. It's a cheap price on Toronto, but again, it's really, what are we getting out of Eric Lauer at this point more so than anything?
This is a tough one to handicap here, but you're right. They've won 10 in a row. I'm seeing mixed reviews whether their franchise record is 11 or 12, but either way, you know that they're going to be playing really hard trying to get 1 or 2 more wins here. I do like both pitchers going, and we kind of like we were just talking about with Reese Olson, only 51 and 50 and 2/3. So basically 51 innings pitched for both of these guys. But looking at their numbers and their ERA and their whip, Ryan just flashed those up. Both very good, just barely over 1 whip for both of these guys. Median numbers are really good. Adrian Hauser's gone deeper into games, 6 innings pitched for him. It's really just a matter of competition who they've seen. So with all that being said, I think you got to go with the hot streak here. 10 in a row for the Blue Jays. Like you mentioned, that's a pretty cheap price. So if you made me play it, I would go with the Blue Jays.
You and I agree. It'll only be Toronto, but again, it's a question of pitchers here. Toronto, a 3.5 game lead in the American League East right now. A totally unexpected run for the Jays, who again are in first place. This is the first time they've been in first place since 2016 in the AL East. This is their biggest lead in the AL East since 2015. So It's been a decade for Toronto with this big of a lead in the division right now. Again, Yankees finally won last night, but still not playing well, as we know. Speaking of the Yankees, there'll be another one against the Mariners here tonight at Yankee Stadium. It'll be Evans on the Mariners side, and it'll be the major league debut of Mr. Schlitter, one of the Yankees' better prospects here. So excitement in the Bronx, minus 45 on the Yankees, minus 9.5 in this one.
He has done really good, too, in the minors, but kind of bounced around from AA and AAA, which kind of makes me nervous because we know that Clark Schmidt is injured. So are they bringing him up too early just because they have to here? I think that this is a good over for the full game. I think both pitchers are going to get hit up a little bit here. And the Yankees' offensive numbers are off the charts again, batting .309 as a team, a .362 on base percentage, and a .162 WRC plus. I do like Logan Evans, but I like him better at home. So this isn't a spot that I want to back him against this Yankees offense. So it would be over or pass for me.
I'm curious to see how long they want to push Schlitter here today. And you mentioned it, Evan, and look, that's the case for most of the Mariners pitchers, right? They're going to be better in that cavernous ballpark up at home, as opposed to, again, they're basically playing in a softball right field with that short porch of Yankee Stadium. I'm going to just stay off. I really don't know what I'm getting out of Schlitter here tonight, even though, again, returns have been great in the minors. Big time prospect for a Yankee rotation that is hurting right now. That's not a pun. That is actually genuinely what's happening with the Yankees rotation. All right, let's go to Houston next. The Guardians, who couldn't beat anyone, lost 10 in a row, have now rattled off 2 straight in Houston, scoring 17 runs in the process, because of course they have. They're going for the sweep tonight.
Yep.
Sassoni and Walter, your pitching matchup. Strozer minus 50 at home here tonight, total of 8.
This would be another over for me if I were to play it. I don't think I'm going to, but I really don't trust either pitcher too much. I mean, Ciccone has been decent, just gave up 2 earned runs to the Tigers in 6 innings pitched. That's pretty good. And he went 7 against the Athletics in Sacramento, so that was good as well. But there's just some starts that I see that I am a little concerned from him. And then Walter on the other side as a lefty has been really good for this Astros team when they did need him as well. But I just like the way both offenses are hitting, especially the Astros, and then coming off of that loss yesterday. So it'd be a lean to the home team and over 8, but nothing definite in that one.
Going to Anaheim next. Kumar Rocker, Kyle Hendricks, your pitching matchup tonight at Angels Stadium. Rangers bludgeoned the Angels yesterday 13-1 in that second game of the 4-game series. Minus 15 on Rocker, even on Hendricks, total of 9 in this one, Alex.
I mean, thank you, Soriano, for being pretty decent leading up to that start because I thought the Rangers were so mispriced yesterday. That was an easy winner. I still think that this is a cheap price for Texas here at minus 115, I believe it is here at the South Point. So I definitely like the Rangers side. I just think Kyle Hendricks can definitely get hit up here by this Rangers offense. So this is going to be a definite bet for me. First 5, I saw minus 117, full game minus 115. I like both of those.
Can't really fault you on that. Again, that was Evaldi yesterday, and he gave up a run in the first, and then the Angels didn't score again in that beatdown win for Texas. All right, we got Baltimore next. Mets and O's. Mets came from behind to win in extras last night. Now they throw David Peterson against Sugano here today, in Camden Yards. Minus 50 on the Mets, plus 35 on Baltimore. This is a 10 spot on this total here, Alex.
Yeah. First of all, I do think that is way too high here. I don't think the Orioles are going to really score against Peterson. They're 29th OPS against lefties. I've been talking about the Orioles and their struggles. They have gotten a little bit better as of late, but I do trust David Peterson. I think that this is a huge pitching advantage. I think the Mets are definitely going to get to Sugano here. So it is Mets for me. That is the first 5 that I do want to pair up here. So Mets minus 145, first 5. Oh, minus 140, even better. That's the way I want to play this.
Only concern tonight is the weather looks bad in Baltimore. There is a real chance of a postponement, but that total is 10 because the wind's blowing out. So keep that in mind. Could be refund city on a potential Met Oriole game here tonight.
What do we have for Mets team total? 5.5 here?
Yeah, don't mind that.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
5.
We go to Boston next. Red Sox and the very competent Colorado Rockies. Rockies are now 50 games under 500 after dumping the first 2 in Boston. They're 21-71. Oh, boy. Senzatella and Giolito. Lucas is a $3 favorite here today. Total of 9. I mean, I'm just going to go team total on the Sox here today. Take it any way you want to do it. Senzatella's been arguably the worst starter in baseball. 5.5 over full game, over 2.5 with some juiced first 5. I'm willing to go all which ways on the Bo Sox here today. And also 9 in general I'm also good with as well, Alex. Weather is hitter conditions at Fenway.
No, I agree with you. I do have that written down as well. Red Sox over 5.5. I do think that Lucas Giolito is better than perceived, so I do think he could pitch okay here against this Rockies lineup. But really want to pinpoint the Red Sox offense. They have been pretty much on fire as of late in their last 7, batting .329 as a team, at .362 on base percentage, and a .153 WRC+. So I think that they'll be just fine here. We have been fading Senzatella all year, and I think this is a good spot for the Red Sox.
We go to Minneapolis next. The Twins and the Cubs, Horton and Festa, your pitching matchup in Minneapolis tonight. Basically a flip here at the South Point. Twins got game 1 of the series last night, 6-1. They beat Shota. Minus 10 on the Twins, minus 05 on the Cubs. Total of 9.5 in this one, Alex.
Just have to remember that Simeon Woods Richardson has figured something out. So there's no more fading him. And his last 3 starts has been really good. And he did it again yesterday against this really good Cubs offense. I'm not going to play it, but it is a strong lean to the over here. I do think both pitchers can get hit up. And I mean, the Cubs pretty much shut out the last 2 games that we've seen from them. But still, I mean, this is one of the best offenses in the league. And over the last 7, their numbers are still good. 136 WRC plus and a 260 batting average. So not great for them, but I think that they'll be just fine here against Festa. Looking at his median numbers, going just 4 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs. And on the other side with Horton giving up 2 or 3 earned runs in 5 innings. So I'm expecting runs here.
Let's go to Kansas City next. Chris Bubich and Bailey Falter, your pitching matchup. Royals beat up on the Pirates last night. Minus 85 on KC, plus 65 the other way on Pittsburgh, total 8.5.
So let's see. We've got the last 2 games here against the Royals. Pirates have been held to 3 earned runs,
twice, yep.
Both of them. That is the only way I would look at this, is looking at the Pirates team total. It is a 3.5 here. I do trust Chris Bubich. I do think that this number is warranted. I do think that they should be minus 185, which is kind of crazy when we've been talking about the Royals' struggle, and especially at home. But it's just this Pirates offense who cannot score. 159 batting average in the last 7, 21 WRC plus. So for me, it would be Pirates under, if anything.
Pirates, of course, got shut out all weekend long over in Seattle, and then, again, offense not picking it up in KC. All right, last one. We go to Sacramento. We got there barely, even though it was all early on the runs on that total in Sacramento last night. 10.5 again. Mitch Spence, Bryce Elder. He's favored. Again, it has turned into a nightmare. It looked like the Braves had turned the corner about 2 weeks ago, and it has just fallen right back to earth from what they were for the first 2 months of the season, Alex.
And I think this is probably a good over here as well between these two. I do think that Elder and Mitch Spence can definitely get hit up in this one. Pretty interesting yesterday with Lawrence Butler, his in the park home run to start off the game, and then we had a walk-off. So I think that was the first time in MLB history, but nothing for me. It'd be over or pass, but I've got a lot of other plays I like better.
Oh, I just saw this, and our next guest may be excited by this. How about this? Dallas Keuchel signed with the Kansas City Royals to a minor league contract. Oh boy! All right, get him back in the majors, guys. Let's go. Let's find some more betting opportunities with that. That just came across the wires here. Oh wow, that is potentially awesome news to see him back in the majors. It's funny. He was so good in Houston, and then he just fell off completely and became the best fade there was in baseball for a while there. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, trivia question will be in the bottom. And, of course, joining us next, Colby Marcio will be with us talking some baseball, a lot of bets, your betting news, a betting analyst when we get back. Sports by the Book, South Point Studio.
Football contest sign-up season is here, and you don't want to miss out on the action. With millions of dollars on the line each and every week in the world's biggest football contest, there's only one proxy to trust, footballcontest.com. Maddie and Tony have set the gold standard for football contest proxy services with 20 years of experience and over 13 million in winnings for their clients. All you have to do is get to Vegas between now and the start of football season to sign up in person, and they do the rest, making sure your picks are entered every week. Whether you want to play in the Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, Super Contest Gold, or the new Super Contest College Contest, Maddie and Tony have you covered. Their new website has everything you need to know about these football contests and more, including how you can reserve the best proxy in the business. Experience matters, so go with the pros at footballcontest.com, the gold standard proxy service.
We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south of the border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Welcome back in Sports by the Book, South Point Studio. Jeff Parles, Alex White here on a Wednesday. Looking forward to the week ahead, final week of Major League Baseball before the Home Run Derby on Monday. By the way, we'll have a full preview on Monday for the Home Run Derby. We're still waiting on the field to be fully announced, and we are looking forward to that. One of my favorite betting events of the whole calendar, period. All right, we bring him in now. Colby Marcio joins us now. You get him on X at Colby M. Bets. Betting news as well, where you can find Colby's work. He joins us right now. Colby, pleasure to have you on. Thanks for being with us today.
Of course. Thank you guys for inviting me on.
Absolutely, my man. Let's start in the awards. And, you know, I've said this to Alex at least a half dozen times that the books were slow to adjust Tariq Skubal in the AL Cy Young Award race. Now Skubal's a giant favorite. He should have been that for a while. If he stays healthy, he's winning that award for the second straight year. But you're looking at a potentially different way to do this now. Aaron Judge has been a big favorite in the AL MVP market now, basically the whole season. Cal Raleigh has shortened a ton with his historic first half. But what are your thoughts on a potential play on Skubal? They're sitting there at 90-1 entering today's action over at DraftKings.
Yeah, there's no reason to bet on Cal Raleigh. You missed your mark 2.5 weeks ago whenever they started that series in Wrigley when he was 20-1 to win. And anyone, in my opinion, anyone that's telling you to go out and bet Cal Raleigh right now is lazy. They don't have any other thoughts. Like, oh, this guy's going to have a lot of home runs this year. Let's bet him to win MVP. Wrong. He's not even going to have a season as close to what Aaron Judge is having. He would have to bet above 300, which he will not do. The second half of the season, I believe Cal Raleigh is going to struggle. He's the only person on that Mariners lineup that can elevate the ball. He's going to get walked. He's going to get the Barry Bonds treatment because they're just going to pitch around him. And you can sit there, argue, Colby, well, Aunt Randy Arozarena's having a really good week. I really don't care. I think you're not getting any value at all with Cal Raleigh right now, which is why I took a few weeks ago Tarek Skubal to win AL MVP at 120-1. I want more of a long shot if I'm taking an MVP a player, and obviously if Aaron Judge gets hurt, the doors are wide open, but I'm a Yankees fan and I love Aaron Judge. He's the teeth of the MLB and I don't want anything to ever happen to him. But I do think there is an argument that Skubal should have better odds than Cal because really he is the MVP of the Tigers. There's no one else on that team that is that important, that crucial to the entire team, because when they go on those where it looks like they're going to go on a little slump, he stops it all, and they go right back to what they've been doing all season long. They're a very, very good team. He is the MVP of that team, and he is just as important as Aaron Judge is to the Yankees. And we see that every single day now with how terrible that offense looks when he's not performing. So I think just putting $5 on Skubal to win MVP is well worth it. And if you think you're burning your money, you probably burnt it $5 elsewhere, and it was less fun. So I think there's a lot of value there for Skubal to win MVP in the AL.
I'm curious your thoughts. If you're putting a little bit on that for MVP, are you thinking he'll win both, or does that open up the AL Cy Young? Is there any long shots you like there? I wouldn't even say long shots because we've been following this. Hunter Brown and, the guys right there.
Yeah. There's really nobody that is grabbing me for the AL Cy Young. Really, if you like Skubal to win Cy Young, you're taking the MVP is where I'm at. I was late to the party with Skubal. I have liked Crochet throughout the season, but I don't love it because he's not as good as Skubal. So there's really nothing on the AL Cy Young side that I like.
Let's jump to the NL Cy Young side then. And as I mentioned, Jeff and I have been following this and tracking it. We've been talking about Zach Wheeler and jumping in because Paul Skeens, we've seen a little up and down, not exactly the same that we saw from him last year. What are you looking at in the NL, or is it too late on this one as well?
It's, as somebody with a 12-1 ticket on Wheeler, I think it's a little late for everybody, but I still think he should be favored. He is the most consistent pitcher in baseball. He only misses when his wife's having a kid. Let that sink in. He's only going to miss if he's having a kid. He is the most consistent pitcher in baseball. He had the perfect June, is why his odds have jumped all the way down to. Sorry, I'm in the way. 101 even money for him to win NL Cy Young. Sure, Skeens is having a phenomenal season, but I just think Wheeler is probably going to win it. I know they're dying to give it to Skeens, but Wheeler's almost done. His career is in the last chapter, while Skeens still has 10 years to go plus. So I think it's more Wheelers than Skeens.
You and I agree. I said it last week on the show when Wheeler was still before the first big-time shove, before the one-hitter on Sunday. He's still plus 325. I was like, wait, what are we doing here with that pricing? Now, again, you see it.
That's a completely different argument than being like, hey, what about Cal Raleigh, who bats 270?
No, it's look, and Judge is winning that award if he stays upright, more likely than not. And like you said, if Judge gets hurt, that's when the door opens potentially for Raleigh or, in your hopes, Tariq Skubal on that front. All right, let's go to today, Colby. Let's start in Baltimore. That Juan Soto guy, despite what some people were saying, still pretty darn good at this baseball thing. Player of the month in the National League in June. Now facing Sugano here today of the Orioles. You're all over Juan Soto props here at a hitter's park that has regained its form as a hitter's park with them moving those fences back in.
To add on to that, I really enjoyed Juan Soto saying he missed out on a lot of money not making the All-Star game.
That was pretty funny, actually.
Hey, Juan, my Venmo's wide open, by the way. I really need the money. But I really do like him tonight. I like his bases and his home run. He has the third highest rating on batters-box. He's coming off a 3-hit game yesterday. It's all singles. If it's not an extra base hit, I can live with him having a really good game the night before. In 60 elite ratings on the road, according to batters-box, when elite, 61% of the time records a hit, 31% of the time records 2 hits, 26% of the time hits a home run, and 43% of the time goes over his bases prop. Now, if you want to lay on the H, the double R at 1.5 at the alt line, I think it's 2.5, but he goes over 1.5 60% of the time. He's gone over his bases prop 6 of his last 10 elite ratings overall. Sagano, worst pitcher on the day in the current season ratings on batters-box. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact percentage, and K percentage. He's allowing nearly 40% hard contact. His last 4 starts, he has a 9.50 ERA, 381 opponent batting average. Lefties are hitting 268, 489 slugging, 796 OPS. 42% of his pitches are below league average. His splitter's his best pitch, which he throws the most, 25% of the time. Soto has a run value of 5, 313 batting average, 1039 OPS, 204 WRC plus, and a 57% hard hit rate against splitters this season. That is a 103 pitch sample size. I think it's a go 100% with Soto tonight, even though he's still somehow chasing a bag. You wonder, after $700 million, you don't need any more money. But I guess he's still out to prove.
Kobe, let's go to Fenway here. The Red Sox are enjoying playing the Rockies, put up 9 in the first game, 10 yesterday, and now they get to face Anthony Senzatella. Jeff and I are both just talking about their team total. Is that how you're playing this one?
Yeah, 100%. I've made a point to fade Antonio Senzatella anytime he's out on the bump. He's without a doubt the worst pitcher in baseball. If you want a good laugh, go look at the stats on ESPN or wherever you get your stats from. It's comical. I've made a point that anytime he's out there, I got to find a way to fade whoever he's playing. I did not take him on the 4th of July or fade him on the 4th of July because I was not trusting that White Sox offense. And sure enough, they did win. And I believe I have yet to win a bet since I've said I'm officially making a system play out of Antonio Senzatella. But today's a new day because the Red Sox first 5, T-totals 2.5 in the first 5. Minus 145, a little bit juicy. So if you want to parlay that with one of the guys I'm giving out to get a hit, you'll get plus money. But the Red Sox today have 5 elite rated hitters according to batters-box. The biggest concern is ground balls today, but I can live with that. And the Red Sox are 8th in first 5 scoring, averaging 2.67 runs per first 5 at home, just a hair above that. Senzatella is the 3rd worst pitcher in the current season ratings. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact, and K percentage, allowing almost 50% hard contact. On the road has a 6.32 ERA, 3.80 opponent batting average, and is allowing almost 8 hits a game. almost 4 hits per start on the road, and he's 52% fastballs. If you're in the bigs, you can hit a fastball, and I think the Red Sox come through yet again against another terrible pitcher from the Rockies.
Yeah, Red Sox going for the sweep. Nice little medicine to get things right is facing the Colorado Rockies, who are nice, hearty 50 games under 500 right now. Very impressive stuff there in Denver. All right, let's go to Cincinnati next. It's the Marlins and the Reds. We talked about Alcantara's struggles earlier in the show. You're looking to go after him with the Red superstar and Ellie De La Cruz here today.
Yeah, this is not your younger brother's Sandy Alcantara, excuse me. He has not been good at all this season, and I love Ellie De La Cruz today. His bases are even money. I think that's a steal. I think you're getting really good value. Only has had 1 base in his last 3 games, and he loves playing at home. And in 99 elite ratings, records a hit 66% of the time, 47% of the time goes over his base prop. Sandy this season has a poor WOBA, ISO, and K percentage. 7 starts on the road, 9.95 ERA, 331 opponent batting average. Against lefties, 328 batting average, 569 slugging, 415 WOBA. 59% of his pitches this season are below league average. His sinker is his best pitch, throws it 25% of the time. Ellie is batting 364 against sinkers, 1163 OPS, 229 WRC plus, and a 57% hard hit rate. Ellie might be my favorite hitter on the day today. And at even money, I think it's a steal based on how terrible Sandy has been.
Last one that you have here for props today, and I am going to the Royals, who have been playing very well against the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Chris Bubich has been one of their best pitchers, the lefty on the mound today. How are you going to back him here?
Taking his K props at 6.5 plus 120. I think it's a steal. He's the number 1 pitcher today on Batters-Box ratings, the second highest average hitter matchup K percentage, averages around 6.25 Ks at home, has not gone over this prop since the 24th against the Rays, has only recorded 7 strikeouts once this season. So I think it's a good time to ladder because he's hit 9 a ton of times. The Pirates have 0 elite rated hitters, 8 hitters above the league K rate, 9 above the league ground ball rate. My biggest concern in this game is Bubich going to get a lot of ground balls because he is a good ground ball pitcher? But the Pirates are 4th worst in K percentage on the road this season, 2nd worst in July, and dead last in the last 7 days. I think at plus money at 6.5, you're getting a really good price. And with the Pirates being a very swing happy, and sure, they have O'Neal Cruz. He's going to be in the home run derby. He might strike out the whole time he's in the home run derby. So hopefully he gets a few tonight for us.
He's Colby Marcio. You can get him on X at Colby M. Betts, Betting News, where you can find his work as well. Colby, pleasure for having you on here today. Thanks for being with us, and good luck on all your plays here today.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Colby Marcio, everyone. All right, when we get back, the whiteboard going to be making its return here on a Wednesday. Also, a really good tennis question for the trivia question. Vince has really been stepping up his game here in the month of July to kick it off. When we get back, Sports by the Book, South Point Studio.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. Bingo! And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza, plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the book.
Sports by the Book, South Point Studio.
We don't make stuff up here.
I would only play the Pirates team total going under.
What the hell happened to Minnesota's pitching?
This total is really crashed without plumbing the lineup.
I think this number's too high, but they're laying me the 6.
Oh, I know.
Caitlin Clark drives handle on the WNBA.
Never mind all these Mickey Mouse other stations. We are giving you hands-on information.
Welcome back in Sports by the Book here on a Wednesday. Just previewing the rest of the week at the current moment. Robbie Calland of CBS Sports will join us tomorrow. Looking forward to that. NBA Summer League starts tomorrow, so we'll get a preview from Robbie. Apparently the Cooper Flag Bronny James game is the highest selling ticket in Summer League history, which all have to say is, why are you spending over $200 on a Summer League ticket, guys, out there? And if you're spending more than that, please find a better way to spend $200. Or both of our Venmos are open. You can send it to that instead. But that will preview the Summer League as a whole. And also, Robbie does a lot of golf writing for CBS. So we'll look at the British Open, which is next week, Alex. So we'll have a preview on that tomorrow. And then a Vinny Magliulo return on Friday. Be happy to see Vinny, who we missed a week ago due to something that Vinny had to take care of. So we'll see Vinny on Friday. All right. Trivia question here on a Wednesday. I'm very impressed with Vince. Vince has really done a great job with these questions here in July. Definitely a level up from what we've seen. Getting harder, and people are still getting them right, though. Which tennis player became the first American to win 3 consecutive titles at Wimbledon with their win on this date in 1995? And which 3 players did they beat in those 3 different championships? That, of course, is Pete Sampras, who did it. And again, an argument that Sampras is the greatest American ever for tennis. In 1995, he beat Boris Becker. The first championship came against Jim Courier in an American-American battle. And in the 1994, Goran Ivanisevic was the opponent he defeated, the Croatian, to get the three-peat. And then, of course, Sampras didn't win in 96, but then promptly won 4 in a row after that from 97 to 2000. So, of course, Sampras broke his own record for that. And Nick gets on the board here in July. It's been JR's month so far, Alex. One every day, every day that you weren't here. So it's been JR after getting defeated in June is back with a vengeance. But that's Nick right on the board here for the first time here in July.
You're right. Very good question there from Vince.
Yeah,
tough one.
It just continues to do a great job with these questions here in the month. All right. A little bit early here today, but we're good with it. By the way, shout out to the chat as well. Daryl's on the Royals under today. JR, 16 straight unders for the Yankees. Yep, it's just been under city. Excuse me, not 16. Yeah, it was 16 straight unders, and then it turned into 9 straight overs, I should say, from JR. Misreading that. It had been a total flipperoonie for the Yankees. All right, whiteboard. Go ahead, Alex.
I don't hate that over. Keeping that going today with the Mariners.
Very easily could. Again, Schlutter make you in the major league debut and a pitcher in Evans who is not fully trustworthy here on a Wednesday. Alex, you ready for it?
I am ready.
Go to the whiteboard on this.
Okay, so I've got 5 plays today. 3 favorites that I do like a lot, though. I'm going first 5 in all 3 of them. Phillies minus 146. I'm going Mets minus 145 and Rangers minus 117 first 5. Probably tie those up a little bit and even maybe a round robin. or just do a 5-team round robin here and add these two. I'm going with the Nationals. It's minus 105. Mackenzie Gore going today, which I think there's a huge pitching advantage here. So first 5 minus 105. I'm also probably going to sprinkle a little on the plus 124 to win that game. And then I'm going with the Red Sox team total over 5.5. I'm just going full game.
The Red Sox feels like the way to do it. I think this will be the trifecta. You, me, and Colby. You're going full game. Colby's going first 5. I would be very happy to play both and just go after Antonio Senzatella here today. The Phillies feel good as well, coming off of, again, a wild ending last night with that Patrick Bailey walk-off 3-run inside the park homer that just hit the perfect spot of that giant wall in right center field at Oracle Park yesterday. All right. We're ending a little bit early, but it's all right. We got through all the games. We got our bets here for today. We're back tomorrow. As we said, Robbie Calland will join us. We'll go through the whole baseball card yet again. Getting closer to the Home Run Derby, too. Very excited for that preview next Monday, Alex.
I was going to ask you, we did a preview last year. I don't think we picked.
I didn't win.
Neither.
I know I didn't win. I don't remember what you did, but I know I definitely didn't win.
No.
Last year. But this year, I'll tell you, this field is shaping up incredibly, and I'm super interested to see how it gets priced because I think James Wood is going to be mispriced. That's all I'm going to say right away. And I think they're going to misprice James Wood. And that, as of the moment, is my play. I want to see how that field fills out, though, for the Home Run Derby. Yeah. All right. We're back tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here. Alex, welcome back. Good to have you alongside yet again. Shout out to Ryan and Drew Dog and Jerry and Vince and some tall guy who just showed up in our studio yet again. Always good to have the tall guy back as well. I'm Jeff. She's Alex. We'll see you again next time right here, Sports by the Book, South Point Studio.